Welcome to We Need to Talk Now, presented by AT&T. I'm Alicia J. I'm here with Erica L. Ayala. Thank you for being here, as always. And today we're so excited because we are going to be joined. She's actually here already. You see her. By Abby Smith of the Houston Dash. And she has so many things to talk to us about, but specifically, she's a board member of the Black Women's Player Collective. And there's some amazing things that are going on that we have to talk to you about. So first of all, thank you for being here.
Yeah, thank you for having me on. I'm so excited to be here.
Oh, it's great to be here. Anytime we can be here to talk about what we're talking about today, I'm here for it.
That's it.
So for people that don't know, though, before we get into the conversation about what you're doing, can you just tell people a little bit about the Black Women's Player Collective and like how long you've been involved and exactly what it is for the people that don't know?
So the Black Women's Players Collective is a group of all the Black women that are in the National Women's Soccer League. We really try and embody the amazing players that we have. So we're encouraging leadership on and off the field and really bringing Black women and girls to thrive on and off the field. And we're really trying to partner with people that really want to grow the sport of soccer.
Yeah, I mean, it's so important. I remember following the National Women's Soccer League, the NWSL, when the Black Women's Players Collective started, and it seemed like there was just a lot happening. There always is a lot happening, right? But especially, my understanding is that, this was an opportunity to really be able to bring voices together and have conversations that were, important to have. Which of course also goes to, I think, some of the events and things that the Black Women's Players Collective has uplifted, including Juneteenth. Got my Juneteenth shirt on. So, can you share a little bit about what's happening this June to celebrate Juneteenth and how it honors what Juneteenth historically stands for and how you're bringing that to this season?
We're really excited for this Juneteenth. This is the fourth year that we're able to celebrate with the league. We are doing multiple activations across different BWPC markets that have active members and alum. So we have teams that are doing on-field recognition. We are sharing Black-owned businesses and establishments in each market. And we're really excited. This year, we are partnered with an artist that has done a great job collaborating for a t-shirt that we get to see across the league that is now on field and available to our fans and just supporters to purchase.
Well, I know I'm going to be one of those people purchasing because
100%.
100%, because it is so important. And especially when you talk about, the next generation of young Black girls coming into soccer, with initiatives like this or holidays like Juneteenth, things that you're doing to kind of put the message from the Black Women's Player Collective in front of young Black girls. Like, how important is that to you as a player and just as a person?
Well, most importantly, representation matters. It's exciting that we are in a very unique and blessed platform where we can chase our dreams while being able to represent a collective community. And so it's exciting that little girls and Black women can see us in these roles and chasing our dreams. So now they can say, I want to be in that role, or I want to be able to do that. And we're able to show them that it is possible. So representing the Black community is really exciting in soccer, and getting that growth and traction is really important.
Yeah, for sure.
I just wanted to follow up.
Go ahead.
Really quickly, Erica, I just wanted to follow up. You specified Black women, right? And I think we focus a lot on young Black girls, and that's very, very important. But I know when it comes to, initiatives and showing people just the possibilities of what they can do, it is important for Black women to see that. I don't care, what facet of life you're in or what area, age of life you're in. It's really important. Can you speak to that a little bit more? Because I know for me, I am inspired every single day. Like right now, I'm inspired by you, and what you're doing. And I'm dang near 45 years old. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I think it's important. And I wanted you to expand on that because we don't hear that enough, I don't think.
Well, if I'm going to expand on like how we can inspire the Black girls that we can see every day and day in and day out, we have a couple initial initiatives like get girls to the games. So we're encouraging Black girls to come to games so they can see us in person. And we're also doing mini pitch clinics where we have Black players, Black alum, where they can get the one-on-one coaching and even just like hanging out with us, getting to have conversations, because it's one thing to see people from a distance, but we're human. We get to interact with each other every game day or in practices. So it's really exciting that we can get down to the grassroots and encourage the Black girls and Black women to just expand on their network and help expand the Black community and encourage one another. So
yeah, I appreciate you, offering more there. As you said, representation matters so much. And the fact that again, the BWPC has grown to include not just some of the imagery, which I want to get to in a little bit, but the activations as well, because, it's one thing to have that visibility or see it through a screen, but those engagements, those interactions, whether it's getting help with your dribbling or just being able to like, chop it up, key, hear someone's voice that kind of looks like you and maybe has similar interests. I think that's so huge. Like I will never forget meeting Teresa Weatherspoon for the first time, played in the WNBA for the New York Liberty. And now I cover the WNBA and I interview her, like that's massive. And so, when you think back though, before we get into some of the things that y'all are doing, can you think back and reflect, like who is your teaspoon? Who is your Teresa Weatherspoon who really got you motivated?
So the 99ers, the US women's national team, Brianna Scurry, she was the goalkeeper at the time, and that was who I could look up to. She was the Black goalkeeper on the team, and I think that kind of shaped what I envisioned. I knew I wanted to play soccer, and thankfully, like there was representation at the time. And to be honest, my focus of when I was a kid, my dad grew up in track, and so we were running track, and I got thrown into soccer because I had so much energy. And thankfully, the representation that Brianna Scurry was able to have for us, that gave me hope that I could play soccer. So that I think was the light that now is the role that I'm in. And it's crazy to think about it because at the time it's a dream. It's a dream that you're chasing. And I feel very fortunate that I'm able to be that inspiration for girls and Black women.
I love that. I mean, Bri has been all over the place in the last handful of years. She has her book that she released. There's been documentaries, and it is high time that she got her flowers. The 99ers, yes, and the individual stories, those individual interactions are so important as well. So thank you so much for sharing that. And I wanted to also take us back to some of the representation through art and through culture that is also going to be a part of the Juneteenth celebration. Because again, some people come to sport in a lot of different ways. And so what can you tell us about Courtney Herron and the pre-match tops? What kind of collaboration was there, if anything, or what was the call out, to Courtney as far as what y'all are looking for? And how do you think that people will engage, or how do you hope they will engage with this design?
Yeah, well, I love the design that Courtney put together. I think it would be amazing for her to speak on it herself and like what was her reasoning for coming up with the design. But what's really exciting is that we get to see it on field and during warm-ups, and that representation is super important. Each player is going to wear that jersey or that shirt during warm up. And so we get to see a Black player in this design. And so it's inspiring for me because that's something that you don't normally get to see. And now we're able to have that.
In addition to this, amazing design, just this moment that you guys are creating that I'm excited because I'm going to be a part of it because I'm going to be buying one of those shirts.
Let's go.
But PWPC is also highlighting Black businesses and talking about Black businesses and what they're doing for the community, and what they do for us every single day. Out in Houston, what are some of your favorite Black businesses that you go to?
So I was super excited that I was able to go to the Emancipation Park. It is crucial for the Juneteenth holiday because that is the first spot, the first 10 acres of land that Mr. Yates was able to purchase as an emancipated Black man. And so, which is super cool to be able to go there, experience just the history, because Juneteenth happened right down the street from Houston. And there's a lot of history that a lot of people haven't really unpacked or been able to experience. So I felt very fortunate to be able to experience that. But then also right around the corner is Kindred Stories. It's a bookstore that is Black owned, really supportive of the Black community. And I felt very fortunate that after I was at the Emancipation Park, I just popped on over to Kindred Stories, and it was just like very fulfilling being able to step into that store. And then this week I'm popping into Cool Runnings. It's just it's a Jamaican food shop, and I'm really excited.
That's awesome name.
Yeah, for real. It makes me want to go immediately.
Feel the rhythm. Let's go.
Yes. I'm so excited to pop in there because I love Jamaican food. It's so good and good for the soul. So I'm pumped.
100%. Good Caribbean food in the South is a must. Absolutely. So you've given us a food spot, a gathering place, and an indie bookstore. That's pretty dope. And I love that you also have integrated in the history and culture of Juneteenth, because this is a specific group of and a specific community of Black people that found out about emancipation in the United States well after emancipation was reached. And so I think that as we see Juneteenth celebrations across the country, now it's a national holiday. There are a lot of things at a kind of 1,000-foot level that are integrated, rightfully so, about Black culture. But let's talk a little bit about being able to celebrate Juneteenth in Texas and be a part of a professional women's team and a collective of Black women that is able to enrich the community by uplifting the specific Texas history when it comes to Juneteenth. What stands out to you about being able to do that?
I think it's really important that we embrace Juneteenth as Black players, and especially being in Texas, it's important that we get to dig a little bit into the history. It's not something that gets to be talked about thoroughly. And so as a team, I think it's really important that we dig into the Black community that's here and really embrace Juneteenth. And something that, going back to Emancipation Park, that was really important. And I felt very blessed that we have the opportunity to really embrace a park and a community like that gives the Black community a sense of collaboration, community, and being able to embrace that, because the park is open to the public. You can go in and there's a gym there, there's an aquatic park, they're hosting a Juneteenth celebration. So we're able to really embrace the fact that Juneteenth was right around the corner. And as a Black player, it's exciting to see that Houston is taking hold of that.
Yeah, and again, I think it's an opportunity for people of that community who even from generations have been a part of that community to see themselves reflected in a professional team and by Black players in a professional league. So I love that. I love what y'all are doing. Again, I've been a fan since the beginning, since BWPC got started. So you already know. But Abby, let's talk a little bit about you because the spirit of service and of community that you've been sharing from the collective is also something that seems a part of your journey. And you were nominated for the Lauren Holiday Impact Award. Some people might know her as Chain, Lauren Chaney. I love that. Got to get a little Aretha in there,
Yeah.
And so tell us a little bit about what it means to you to be nominated for an award that's named after someone who's had such an amazing impact on and off the pitch, continues to do that. And specifically the work that you've been able to do with Kids Meals Inc. and how that's led to your nomination.
So starting off, Nationwide has chosen Lauren Holiday as the representative because of her servitude to her community. And their family has given back so much, especially during the hard times of 2020. Like that was, I think, what really put them on the forefront for everybody to see. And what's funny is like their family and Lauren Holiday has been a big part of serving their community even before then. And so I'm incredibly honored to be nominated as the nominee for the Houston Dash because I get to represent a bigger community. And just as one, we selected Kids Meals Inc. They're a great organization that provides meals for kids and their siblings when they're out of school. So when they're in school, it's preschool children from 0 to 5. And so they're able to get food and access to nutritious meals. And then when they're out of school, those kids and their siblings will still be provided meals, which is so important because when you're in a situation, you don't really think about where your next meal is coming from. And so for them to be able to provide that, it's so important. And especially for children, because they're our future, they're our growth. And at the end of the day, like they shouldn't have to worry about getting food and nutrition. So I think Kids Meals Inc. and what they're doing is incredibly important for the community.
Absolutely. And that part about when they're not in school, making sure that they have food. I think there's so many things tied to school for kids. A lot of things that they get, like you said, that we don't think about, like they get lunch at school. If there is a lunch program, they get those things every day. But when there isn't school, it just isn't there anymore. So I think it's really important to obviously support kids in that way because hunger is, when you're hungry, there's so much that you cannot do. And I'm just glad that there is a place that is making sure that in and out of school that kids get exactly what they need. And I know that a program that has been making sure that Black women get what they need is the PWPC. And it's coming up on 5 years. It's the 5-year anniversary of the Black Women's Players Collective. And I just want to know, like, what are you most proud of with being a part of this? What is something that you're just like, I'm just so proud to be a part of what this organization is doing because of this?
I'm really excited that the BWPC has grown over the 5 years. We have partnered with some amazing organizations that really want to amplify soccer and getting Black girls and Black women in the sport. And I think it's so important that we have the representation at the grassroots level and all the way through the top 1%. And we're very fortunate to be in this position. So I feel very thankful and blessed that we're able to represent the Black community. But I also want to say, like, over the next 5 years, I would love to see more programs partner with us so we can continue to grow the game of soccer and get more Black women and more Black girls in the sport.
And I just realized I said the PWPC, and I need to get the B in there. We got to make sure that the Black Women's Players Collective is in there. Let me be clear. Let me be clear. But I also wanted to ask too, but I had to correct myself because I ain't going out like that. I'm not getting the card revoked. Okay. But I just wanted to also, you talk about what you're really proud of right now, but what about in the next 5 years? Like, what do you want to see for the Black women's player collective moving forward?
I would love to see more partnership and more growth for Black girls and Black women in the game of soccer. We would love to have more authentic partnership to where there's companies and organizations that really want to get into the community and uplift the Black girls and the Black women, just because soccer is a great sport. It's a great game. And if we can amplify that, that would be amazing. We're continuing to grow and we want to have representation in more BWPC markets. So that's our goal, is to have more partnership and more growth, but to really amplify the Black women and Black girls.
Yeah, 100%. And y'all are already on your way. Elevate the Next 5-on-5 Juneteenth tournament happening in Chicago. The Stars are part of that pro referee organization in Mason Elementary. I love how y'all included also a referee crash course. Like, yes, let's also have that indoctrinated for the future, because there is a lot of beef. If there's one sport that is always talking about the officials, y'all are like, yeah, we're going to take care of that. Don't worry about it. But that's going to be on June 19th, 10 to 1 p.m. local time at Mason Elementary School. And we have to give a shout out, of course, to Jenkins, who is a mutual, not only a soccer baddie, but also, of course, on the attacking third on the CBS side of things. All right. So we got to get to know you a little bit, but now we got to put you through your paces with some rapid fire. So, if there's a sport that if you couldn't play soccer, what would you want to play?
I would say I would probably run track. I would want to run track. They always look stylish, and they're like the pure athleticism and talent amongst those women, men and women. It's crazy.
I love that. So let's stick with that. First athlete that comes to your mind for track and field.
Ooh, okay. So I went to college with Morlake Atkinson, and she is now she's a part of the Grand Slam with Michael Johnson. So she is thriving and doing a great job. She works with Emmanuel Acho as well.
Well, let's just stick with that. We're going to go down a list of sports and just say the first athlete that comes to your mind. So soccer.
Oh my God.
No, you got to do it. Come on, soccer. You can pass. You can pass.
For Black women? Or
we can
just
make it that. We can make it that.
Yeah.
I like that.
I like that.
Well, I will shout out Sophia Smith.
Period.
Yeah.
How about football? It can't be black. Well, it can be a Black woman. Black women do play football.
That they do.
I'm gonna pass on that one because I don't know too much. I feel like I need to do more research.
Check out Colette Smith. Colette Smith is a good one.
Okay.
There we go. And that's fair too. I think we all can learn a little bit of everything pushing forward. So I'm here for it. I'm gonna learn a little bit more about Black women in football too. Basketball.
Oh, my answer is gonna be Candace.
Yes, always.
Sorry.
No, don't be
Not
sorry.
sorry. Not even sorry.
Yeah.
Pretty solid. That's valid. Very.
Okay.
How about tennis?
Go with the OG, Serena.
Here for it.
Coco's killing it, but
That's fair.
Yeah.
Yes. Volleyball.
Ooh. Chioma, or Chiaka, sorry. No, Chi. I just call her Chi. She went to UT. It represented the U.S. women's volleyball team, has been killing it and thriving college and post-college. So, yeah.
Come on, Chi. Let's go. So, gymnastics.
Simone.
Yeah.
I don't even know why it took me that long, but I'm like, she's representing. She's in Houston. I would love to see her at a Houston game.
Hey,
So
you
shout
better
out
put
to
that out
her.
there.
Come on, Simone.
Yeah.
You gotta go now. You gotta go now. Okay, we have a couple more. Softball.
Oh, okay. I am drawing a mind blank. I'm like, she was third base for the UT softball team.
Maya, what's her last name? I know who you're talking about. Scott. Thank
Yeah,
you, producer. Maya Scott.
Yeah.
Mia Scott.
crushed it. UT alum. I'm a proud UT alum. She had absolutely crushed it. I'm so proud. So Mia Scott, absolutely.
So what's your favorite music artist?
Ooh, I'm kind of all over the place. Right now I would say I've been listening to a lot of country recently. So Chris Stapleton has been like on the top of my list, which is like way against what I normally would listen to. Giveon has been like up there. Yeah. So I keep going back and forth between those two. So
Who is your GOAT?
my goat. Ooh, I don't know if I have a goat. This is going to sound like so cheesy, but my parents, I love my parents so much. Like it took a village to get to where I am, and I am very grateful for the sacrifices that they made. So I'm able to be in the position that I'm in. Yeah, my parents. I would just leave it at that.
I love that. You want to give them a shout out first names or
Shout out Mitchell. Shout out Beth. Also, happy Father's Day. Appreciate it, or late Father's Day. I appreciate y'all.
Oh, I love it.
It's
I
so
feel like-
crazy. Well, I was just gonna say, when you call your parents by their first names, it makes me like crazy
weird.
because I never even knew my parents' first names for like the first 10 years of my life. That's
Like,
they did not
who
play.
is that? Who is
Right.
Ed? Right? Who's the
I'm
stranger?
like, "Ooh." But
Not
they definitely
right.
deserve
Yeah.
definitely deserve a shout out by their first name for being your parents and raising you to be the person that you are. We thank you for everything that you're doing. It's truly phenomenal. You know, people, they play sports, they don't necessarily have to dive into all of the things surrounding it to make this world a better place, and you're doing that. So I just wanted to give you your kudos before we get off, because thank you, truly
Well,
thank you for your work. Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate it. And thank you for having me on. I'm forever grateful that I was able to jump on with y'all.
Absolutely. And we are grateful to have you for sure. And make sure that you are subscribed to everything that we're doing, that you like, you comment, do all of the things to connect with us, because you're going to miss out on amazing interviews like this today. So we're going to have a QR code at the end of this interview. So make sure that you lock in everything that you need to lock in so that you will always be locked in with We Need to Talk Now, presented by AT&T.